Hello and welcome to this video about factoring by grouping. So right here, I'm going to use this example. We have 3r to the third plus 7r to the second minus 9r minus 21. So in previous videos, we didn't have to rearrange the terms as they were already in order in which we were going to group them. But for this example, we will have to use the commutative property to redistribute the terms. So you're going to want to group the terms so that the terms with common factors are together. So right here I notice that 3 and 9 as numbers will have common terms together, and 7 and 21 will have common terms as numbers together. So you're going to want to do 3r to the third and then plus negative 9, because the commutative property allows us to change the order of these numbers. And then you're going to have the plus 7r to the second minus 21. So all that I did was change these two around so that they could be grouped with like terms. Right now they are now grouped. We're going to group 3r to the third and negative 9r, and then we're going to group 7r to the second minus 21. So we are again going to find the greatest common factor of this group, the 3r to the third minus 9r, and then we will factor it. So the greatest common factor for these two terms is going to be 3r, because 3 is a factor of both and r is a factor of both. Now we're going to see what's left. So the first thing that we are going to factor out would be r to the second, because 3r times r to the second is equal to 3r to the third. And then for the 9, it's going to be negative 3, because 3r times negative 3 is equal to negative 9. So that is your first grouping, and then for the second grouping, it's 7r to the second minus 21. So you're going to find the greatest common factor of both of these terms and then factor it. So the greatest common factor is 7, and there's no variable that would be part of the greatest common factor. And then factored out from the 7, you would have r to the second, because 7 times r to the second is equal to 7r to the second. And then for the 21, it would be negative 3 to equal your 21, because negative 3 times 7 is equal to negative 21. So now you find both sides, both of the quantities in parentheses are r to the second minus 3. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the two greatest common factors and put them in their own parenthesis. So 3r plus 7. This is a plus because 7 is positive, so it's adding plus 7. And then you're going to take these two these two quantities inside parentheses, and because they're the same, you're going to put them in this parenthesis. So r to the second minus 3. You're not going to add them or do anything, you're just bringing it down. It's all set, it's the same. This is a plus sign. So you have 3r plus 7 times r to the second minus 3, and that would be your answer. And if you'd like to check your work, you can use the FOIL method. So 3r times r to the second would be your 3r to the third, so that's good. And then 3r times negative 3 is your negative 9r, so that's good. And then 7 times r to the second is the 7r to the second, so that's good. And 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. So again, all that you did to get to group by, or to factor by grouping, was you factor out these, you group two terms together, factor each grouping out, and have the greatest common factor in the factoring, and then you take the two greatest common factors and put them in one parenthesis, and you take the common quantity and put it in that parenthesis, and the parentheses would then be multiplied together. Thank you, and I hope you found this helpful.